All right, get ready to dive deep because today we're tackling a topic that's got, well, everyone talking.
Yeah.
That electric chemistry. Jeremy Allen White and Molly Gordon.
Right.
You know, Carmi and Claire from The Bear.
Oh, absolutely.
It's like everyone's got an opinion.
It's fascinating how one, like, on-screen kiss can just send the internet into a tailspin.
Seriously.
Yeah.
It's like that photo of them dropped and suddenly
Oh, gosh.
everyone became like a relationship expert overnight.
Right.
But we're not here to just gossip.
No.
Right. We're going beyond the headline.
Yeah.
To explore how this whole frenzy, real or imagined,
Right.
actually impacts an actor's career.
Totally.
Buckle up.
So
Yeah, this is going to be good.
we've got this article. It, like, breaks down the phenomenon,
Yeah.
digging into,
It really digs deep into those blurred lines between on-screen sizzle and real-life romance.
yeah, like, what is going on? It's so interesting.
And it even draws like some intriguing parallels
Yeah.
with, you know, iconic Hollywood couples.
Right.
Think like Brad and Angelina or Ryan and Blake.
Classics, yep.
So we know these pairings aren't exactly new, right? This has been happening forever.
Right.
But what is it about seeing on-screen romances potentially spill into real life
Yeah.
that like captivates us so much?
Well, I think it taps into something, like, primal, you know?
Yeah.
This desire for connection.
Totally.
And happily ever afters. And we get so invested in these fictional worlds.
Oh, yeah.
And then when something happens that, like, blurs the line between fantasy and reality,
Yes.
it's like our brains short circuit with excitement.
Right. It's like, wait, they're really in love. Tell me everything.
Exactly.
And suddenly we're all like armchair psychologists analyzing every glance, every Instagram, like,
100%.
and that's where I think the concept of like parasocial relationships comes in.
Yes, totally.
It's this idea that like we as viewers develop these like one-sided bonds with the celebrities we see on screen.
Yeah,
We feel like we know them, like they're our friends, even though we've never actually met them.
exactly. Yeah.
So when something happens in their real lives,
Yeah,
like a rumored romance or, you know,
right.
it feels intensely personal.
Yes.
Even though we're just observing from a distance.
100%.
Yeah.
And that parasocial connection is amplified like tenfold in the age of social media.
But
right?
absolutely.
Fans can directly interact with celebrities, share their theories, dissect every detail. It's a fascinating dynamic.
Totally. And don't even get me started on the paparazzi.
Oh, forget it.
It's like they have a sixth sense
Yeah.
for sniffing out a juicy story.
Oh, totally.
Like that one photo of White and Gordon.
Oh, yeah.
That wasn't just a lucky shot.
No.
The paparazzi know exactly what they're doing
They're professionals.
and how to frame a narrative.
Exactly.
Which brings us to our central question today.
Okay.
Is all this attention and speculation actually good for Jeremy Allen White and Molly Gordon's careers?
Right.
Let's unpack that.
Let's do it.
And to really like dissect that,
Okay.
we need to consider each of their journeys individually.
Okay.
Let's start with Jeremy.
Okay.
He's been in the public eye for a while now.
Yeah.
Right. From his breakout role in Shameless to his critically acclaimed performance in The Bear,
It's true.
his career trajectory is like fascinating.
He's so good.
He's definitely like having a moment.
He's killing it.
But the article points out that this isn't his first, you know, public relationship
Right.
since his divorce,
Right. That's true.
which adds another layer of complexity to this whole situation.
Layers on layers.
And he's spoken candidly in the past
Oh, good.
about, you know, the pressures of fame and how it's impacted his personal life.
Sure, yeah.
It kind of makes you wonder about the toll it takes on you psychologically to be constantly under scrutiny,
Total.
have every relationship analyzed and dissected in the media.
Oh, I can't even imagine.
That can't be easy.
No,
And it's important to remember this is a critical point in his career.
it is.
The Bear has catapulted him to a whole new level of recognition.
100%.
So how does this added attention, this potential romance,
Right.
play into all of that?
Right. How does it all fit together?
It's like walking a tightrope,
Yeah.
right? You want to celebrate your successes and share your life with your fans,
Totally.
but you also crave that privacy and normalcy.
Yeah, of course.
And that's where things get really interesting with
Right.
Molly Gordon.
Okay. Interesting.
Her career trajectory has followed a slightly different path.
In what way?
She's definitely on the rise, though.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
The Bear has been a game changer for her, too.
Absolutely.
But unlike Jeremy, she's managed to maintain a relatively low profile.
Right. Very under the radar.
So for her, this sudden surge in attention
Yeah.
is completely new territory.
Wow. Yeah, that's a good point.
It makes you wonder how she's navigating it all.
Yeah.
and how it might impact her career going forward.
Yeah. It's a good question.
Let's take a closer look at that right after a quick word from our sponsor.
Okay. Sounds good.
Speaking of feeling balanced and grounded, topnaturalhealth.com is all about supporting your well-being. So we were just, kind of diving into how this whole Jeremy Allen White and Molly Gordon situation, this like
a lot.
whirlwind of speculation and attention might be impacting their careers.
Right.
And for Molly, it's especially interesting. The article kind of highlights how she's been very, intentional with her project choices.
Right.
She's built a reputation for, her talent and versatility, not for courting tabloid headlines.
Exactly.
Which makes you wonder, is that even more challenging in today's world?
Yeah, it's got to be hard.
To, stay focused on your craft when everyone is trying to, shove you into a box labeled, celebrity romance.
Celebrity romance, put a bow on it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's your narrative now.
It's a balancing act for sure.
It's gotta be.
On one hand, you have all this buzz can introduce her to a wider audience, more eyes on her work.
Totally.
Could lead to exciting new opportunities.
For sure.
But on the other hand, it also has the potential to overshadow her talent. It's suddenly the focus shifts from wow, Molly Gordon is an incredible actor. It's is she or isn't she dating Jeremy Allen White?
Exactly. And it becomes all about that.
And that can be so frustrating for any actor who's worked so hard to build a career based on merit, not gossip.
100%.
And I think it was, remember that quote from the article?
Which one?
Where White talks about his past relationships being dissected in the media.
Yeah.
He said it felt like a violation almost.
Yeah. That's intense.
Ugh. I can only imagine, it's you can't escape the microscope.
Right.
Even when you're just trying to, live your life.
Live your life. It makes you wonder about the long-term psychological effects.
Oh, totally. Of that kind of scrutiny.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And this is where I think the media's role becomes really, really crucial.
Interesting.
The way they choose to cover these stories, the narratives they spin, it has a real impact.
Yeah, they control the narrative, essentially.
It's like they're walking this, ethical tightrope.
Oh, for sure.
Right. On one hand, they want to, deliver the juicy stories that people crave.
Of course, that's what sells.
But on the other hand,
right,
they have a responsibility, I think, to report responsibly.
Yes.
And to be mindful of the very real people at the center of it all.
100%. They're people at the end of the day.
And let's not forget about, the power of social media in all of this.
Oh my gosh, forget it.
It's like a runaway train.
Yeah.
1 minute there's a photo. The next minute there are a million different interpretations and rumors, assumptions.
Totally. People go crazy.
And it's not always harmless speculation.
Right.
Things can get blown out of proportion.
100%.
Feelings can get hurt. Reputations can be damaged.
Oh, totally. And really easily too.
Which brings us back to our initial question.
Okay. Yeah.
Is this attention ultimately beneficial or detrimental to their careers?
Right. The big question.
It's a tough one, right? Because on one hand, you have the potential for increased visibility, a larger fan base, more opportunities. But on the other hand, you have the risk of being typecast, having your personal life overshadow your professional achievements, and of facing intense public scrutiny.
Right, which we've already said.
That can be so emotionally draining.
Oh, 100%.
It's a double-edged sword, for sure.
It is.
It's a dilemma that so many actors face.
Yeah.
Especially in this age of instant information and social media obsession.
Oh, totally.
It's almost like they're navigating uncharted territory.
For sure.
There's no roadmap for how to manage this kind of attention.
Right.
Especially when you're trying to build a sustainable career in a notoriously fickle industry.
Oh, totally.
Which makes you wonder how will White and Gordon navigate this new level of fame?
Right. What will they do?
Will they embrace the attention?
Right.
Or try to maintain their privacy?
That's the big question.
And how will it impact their creative choices going forward? It's fascinating to consider.
It is fascinating.
Speaking of fascinating, you know what else I find fascinating? Topnaturalhealth.com.
Yeah, yeah.
Their tagline is actually nature's solutions for modern living.
Right.
Which I think like is so relevant to our conversation today.
Wow, right?
It's like, how do you hold on to that sense of balance and well-being when you're like navigating the pressures of fame and,
yeah, gotta be hard.
Public scrutiny. They've got these like amazing, it is fascinating. Like we started off talking about this one photo
I know.
of Jeremy Allen White and Molly Gordon.
Right.
This like seemingly simple moment.
Yeah, totally.
That like ignited this whole media firestorm.
It's crazy how like one little thing can just set everything off.
It is. And now we're talking about like parasocial relationships, the ethics of media coverage, the psychological toll of fame.
It's a lot.
I mean,
it really just goes to show you how like multi-layered these situations are.
Yes.
We tend to, I think, see celebrity gossip as like entertainment, something light and fluffy.
Oh.
But then when you like peel back the layers.
Yes.
There's so much more to consider.
And these are real people.
Yeah, exactly.
With real lives and real emotions.
100%.
With real struggles.
And the way that we kind of like engage with their stories.
Right.
The narratives we choose to believe or like perpetuate.
Yes.
It has consequences.
It does. So where do we draw the line?
Yeah, that's the question.
How do we like balance our fascination with celebrity culture?
Right.
With our responsibility to treat these individuals with like respect and empathy.
I think that's the $1 million question.
I think so too.
And I think it starts with like awareness.
Yeah.
Yeah. Recognizing that our actions, even like seemingly insignificant ones, like clicking on a gossip article or sharing a rumor on social media, like it has an impact.
It's like that, that old saying, think before you speak.
Yeah, yeah.
But in this case, it's like, think before you click or think before you share.
Exactly. Because at the end of the day, we don't actually know these people.
Right.
We're like observing them from a distance.
Yes.
Creating narratives based on very, very limited information.
And those narratives, like, can have a real impact.
Oh, totally.
Shaping public perception, influencing their career trajectories.
Right, exactly.
So maybe the next time you see a headline about, Jeremy Allen White and Molly Gordon or like any celebrity couple for that matter.
Right.
Just take a moment. To like pause.
Breathe.
Don't just consume the information passively.
Right. Be like an active participant.
Right. And ask yourself, like, what's the motivation behind this story?
Yeah. What's the bigger picture?
What's the bigger picture? And most importantly, am I contributing to,
Yes. Yeah.
something that celebrates their work or something that feels like intrusive and disrespectful?
Totally. That's what it comes down to.
Right.
It's about choosing to engage with celebrity culture in a way that feels like thoughtful and nuanced and like ultimately humane.
Well said.
Thank you.
And on that note, I think it's time to like wrap up this deep dive.
Okay.
But before we go, let's give another shout out to our sponsor,
Yes.
topnaturalhealth.com. Because like if this conversation has you feeling a little,
Yeah, a little stressed,
head over to their website.
Check it out.
And like check out their amazing products.
They've got everything.
They do. They have everything from like calming herbal teas to like aromatherapy oils. It's amazing.
Hold up.
Use the code DEEPDIVE at checkout.
Ooh, yeah.
For a special discount.
Nice.
Because we all deserve a little self-care, especially after,
Of course, after a deep dive like this.
A deep dive like this.
We need it.
And to our amazing listener, we'll leave you with this thought. What's one thing you learned today that like shifted your perspective on celebrity culture?
Ooh, good one.
Hit us up on social media and let us know.
Yes, please.
Until next time, happy diving.